there is an edge. Depending on the intensity also, we can say we can increase the edge weight. Let us say these people have communicated 5 times per day. Then I can say that as an edge weight. So we can have directed graph, undirected graph also. You all know the basic properties. So this is a, as of now, undirected graph because there is no directional arrow. If I make it like this, like B is following C, then this will become a directed graph. As simple as that. So we can understand in that format what are the ways, how do we represent a graph. This is a graphical representation. How do we represent that as numbers? How do we use them, the basic notations of G, V, E, W, everything? How do we represent them in a numerical format for us to analyze? So we follow this notation to represent a real-time social network graph. Then I'll show you various data sets which can be downloaded from various data sources, and how do we do some experimentation of visualization also. Then we can see how do we measure the static properties of a graph, and again the dynamism, how it changes. If I say an example of can I use an example of corona, how is it changing over time? If you don't mind, I'll just use a word called COVID because you don't like the word, but I just wanted to use how it is changing at one snapshot. At one snapshot, we call that a static property. And again, over a time period, maybe from today morning 9 a.m. to tomorrow morning 9 a.m. That will be a dynamism, how it changes from point 1 to point 2. Can someone relate this to static and dynamic things with respect to photo and video? Someone has to speak. I said static property is at one timestamp. Dynamism is about changing over time. Can someone give me an example of that related to a movie or an image and a movie? No answer. We say frames and videos, no? Video is a collection of multiple frames. Who's going to speak? Someone unmuted.
Ma'am, we didn't get you.
I said static and dynamic properties. Static properties are at one timestamp. So let us say right now the temperature is, let's say 28. So again I'll say there is a change of temperature over a period from today morning 9 a.m. to tomorrow morning 9 a.m. It is a sequence. So it will change over time. That is what is a dynamic property. That's what I wanted to say about static and dynamic properties. Static properties is about a single instance of time. Dynamic properties is over a period of time. That's what I wanted to say. Am I clear now? So in a graph, at one point of time, A and B are friends in this graph, let us say. And B and C are friends. So in case of dynamism, can A and C be friends in future? At least can someone answer me this? Right now, A, B are friends, B, C are friends. In future, can A and C be friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Mutual friend.
Of course it is. No? That's what is dynamism. Again, there's some other node called D. So he may be a friend of C. So then there's a possibility for A and D also to be friends. This is what is dynamism. It changes over time. That's what is the purpose of this. Am I clear? That's what is the change of static properties over a time period called as the dynamic properties. Right? So this is what we are going to discuss in this entire chapter. Am I clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can just raise your hand and ask me. So these are the basic definition. As I said, this is a social network. We have drawn just now, ABC, so on. It is a network of interactions or associations or relations between people where this node is an actor. This could be anyone, like in your graph. This is your whose name shall I say today? Is one. I'll write one alphabet. You can relate. V R A. This is the. Okay, I don't want to name anybody. So I'm writing some alphabet. You relate to some of your classmates. So these are your friends as of now. So I'm writing it. This is how I represent a social network graph. So where every one node has got its own properties. R has got its own properties called name, age, email, location, so on, or number of followers. Similarly, V has got its own properties. So those are all static properties. Coming to the edge weight, this is your edge. There is an edge between those two nodes, means they have an association, they have a relation. That could be an interaction between those two people. So any application that you provide this experience of social interaction is called as a social network. It could be sharing of information. It could be sending some data, right? That could be an interaction amongst the social network. So this is what is a real-time social network. Earlier, there were very few people in that, but these 4 months, I saw that even a kid of 6 or 8 years is also a member of social network, or even, what do we say, parents of age 50, 60 are also members of social network. They have their own YouTube channels. They're sharing their own content. So these 4 months has drastically changed in the growth of social network usage. You all know that. So this is what is the data centric view. This is a real-time output of mine. I have tried to extract a word cloud from Twitter in the last year. We have some R API. With that, we have used a keyword called India. And these are the words that were extracted from the tweets on that day. This is, I said last year. My input query was India. And these are the words which are seen in the tweets related to India, where India is tagged or India is referred. This is what is output. Can you see some words